Hello everybody and welcome back to another weekly recap. We're on to week number 29. In the weekly recap, I like to go over any content updates, community updates, or anything else related to the old school RuneScape community this week. We had one small quality of life change this week, as well as a pretty nice Runelite update. Unfortunately, the weekly Q&A was actually cancelled this week. So it's about 2 weeks in a row that I have not seen the Jagex Q&A, but well, what are you going to do about it? So anyway guys, I hope you enjoy and let's get started. So this week we got the update of quality of life changes and warding feedback. First up here, the gold crafting interface has been changed. It's been improved and now functions with the left click buttons like a bank. It's nice that they're slowly working through some of these old interfaces. Hopefully they get onto the smithing one pretty soon. Next up here is something I've been waiting for quite a while, and that is the ability to toggle the deposit inventory buttons. So now it is possible to toggle those buttons on and off, as a lot of people hit them by accident, including me. They are extremely useful buttons, but there are certain circumstances where you may not want them on because, well, you accidentally click on the deposit inventory button once and your entire inventory is gone. Especially on mobile, that can happen pretty frequently. This can be accessed by clicking on the bank settings button on the top right of the interface under the close button. There are now 5 new Australian worlds. There's going to be a 2200 skill total world, a 2000 skill total, 1500, 1250, and a 750 skill total for free to play. Recently, Jagex has sent out a survey to 50,000 people regarding warding, so if you have received the survey, I don't think I have, please leave some honest feedback. I genuinely would like to see a new skill in OSRS, but I think everyone needs to agree on it and some changes would need to be made. And as always, there is a multitude of small changes at the bottom here. A couple interesting ones is the elegant kit has become about 8 times too rare for medium clues, so that has been fixed, so I expect the elegant kit to decrease in price pretty substantially. The rate of easy clues obtained via young emblems has been restored to 1 out of 50. I guess they changed that. And the beginner clues have been made 1 out of 25. The ability for the Ring of Third Age was removed from PvP for a couple days, but it seems like they added it back in, which is kind of fair because any of the other transmog rings can also be used in PvP areas, so I don't really know why the Ring of Third Age was excluded. And yeah, that's pretty much it for content updates this week. Okay, once again we had another nice Runelite update, and honestly this should just be part of the weekly content update, but I am still considering it a community post. First up here, there's now a high detail menu option that kind of looks like when RuneScape HD was released. There is now an ammo plugin which adds your current ammo and count as an info box, kind of to the left of your inventory screen. That's actually probably pretty useful, although my interface is getting pretty cluttered as is, so I probably won't turn that one on. Next up here, a barrows plugin that now shows you the correct answer to the barrows door puzzles. That update is extremely useful because I could never remember the one puzzle that they show as a demo here, which is the one with the balls in the triangle. So after hundreds of barrows chests, I never learned it, and now I never will need to. As always, a few other minor small changes, but thanks once again to Runelite for another awesome update. So like I mentioned earlier, unfortunately there won't be a RuneScape Q&A this week because there is a UK bank holiday, and there are a few members of the team getting some well-earned rest. That being said, they did assure us that there will be a Q&A next week, so we can look forward to that when it comes around. Modgi has been working on a design for the elf chat heads for a while. Specifically, she's making them so that they can use the traditional animations and work like older chat heads. Presumably, this is going to be for the new elven lands. However, to keep consistency, they're going to go ahead and change all of the older chat heads for elves throughout Gilnor after. That's what I'm getting from this Twitter post. Anyway, thanks for the hard work. Now, one big problem with old RuneScape that has been around for a long time is emblem farming. Emblem farming is when you have multiple accounts, usually bot accounts, killing each other in bounty hunter worlds to earn emblems, as you can now sell mysterious emblems right on the Grand Exchange for, what was it, 170k each I think recently? You can make a ton of money per hour running bot farms, solely farming these mysterious emblems. Well, there was a video out recently of Sir Pugger finding an emblem farm that was making like 500 million a day doing this. Anyway, it's a really good video, so you should go ahead and watch it. But the fact that this actually exists in game is a little worrying. I think in general there's been kind of a lukewarm reaction from the moderation team about this. They said they wanted to deal with it, but then they kind of shifted blame on whose responsibility it was to take care of. Since it is a PvP issue, it kind of seems to fall between 2 moderators' jurisdiction or something. I don't know. We didn't really get a good answer for this or a fix, and unfortunately the blatant exploitation of an in-game mechanic is rampant and people are making a ton of money doing this. I don't know what the general hourly rate would be for this, but this bot farm was making around 20 mil an hour, which is pretty insane considering if you sold that gold, you might be making a alright wage from it. Unfortunately, a YouTuber and streamer by the name of GunsChili, he makes some really awesome, highly edited videos on YouTube. Really enjoy his content, but unfortunately he died to a DC on his hardcore Ironman. Probably one of the most painful ones too, where the game world is still operating but you can't move your characters. So you just have to kind of watch yourself die. Pretty sad, but he took it pretty well it seems. Once again, we have another spicy Reddit thread going. 90 bill hack this time. Can the JMod please look into this? I'm still a little torn about this. I kind of agree that probably most of the legitimate requests for help or account hackings probably just go to the support team through a regular support ticket, because generally these I got hacked posts on Reddit tend to be false claims or the hacker trying to recover the account or something like that, and generally I don't really agree with these types of posts. But on the flip side, I want to see what happens. To be honest, you do get help pretty quickly generally when you have a post with 5k upvotes on Reddit. Next up here, just came to my attention of a really cool fan project that I'm probably going to be making a video on in a week or two, and that is RuneScape in 3D in a game called Neverwinter Nights. It looks very expansive so far. It has a lot of the mechanics from RuneScape. I think it has all of free-to-play and some of pay-to-play. The picture of Varrock really makes me want to download it, and I think I will. It's $20 to buy Neverwinter Nights 2, then it's free to log into the RuneScape mod of it. Interestingly enough, it actually has been officially endorsed by Jagex, so they're allowed to use the assets from RuneScape, so the music, the whole layout of the game, and that is very interesting to me because I have not really heard of an officially endorsed RuneScape fan project before this game, and well, they haven't promoted it at all. Yeah, look at this. This is like the prayer guild or the monks area with they like cabbages in the front and the monks. Here we have Varrock. You can see pretty much the main square with the fountain, the bank in the background, the little gypsy tent. We have a usable inventory with pretty much all of the items. It looks like the item icons are pulled from old school RuneScape. It's kind of a combination of RuneScape and old school RuneScape. You can even train your skills. Here we can see the guy's doing a bit of mining. It looks like potentially he's mining rune essence. But yeah, it's really expansive. I don't know where all these fan projects are coming from because they are old. Like, these are a couple years old. The Pokescape game was a couple years old, but all of a sudden they are just coming out of the woodworks. That being said, I'm really excited. I'm going to go ahead and buy the game and download it later, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Okay, and last up here, I'm going to be going over some Reddit suggestions from this week and picking my favorite ones that, well, should be in the Q&A if it ever happens again, or just generally should be changed in the game. First up here, we have a suggestion by just some random old guy, and that is to make metal warhammers require strength instead of attack. The warhammer is currently a combination of a longsword and a battle axe. They provide worse strength bonus than their longsword counterparts, so right now they're pretty much useless. However, if warhammers required strength to use as opposed to attack, they would be useful for pure accounts and PvP situations and would actually have a bit of a niche. Now, I'm definitely not on board with making every single item in game try to fit a niche somewhere, but I think having the iconic metallic weapons have more of a purpose wouldn't really be a bad thing. I don't think the scimitar necessarily has to be the best in every single case. It could still be the best weapon, but it shouldn't be unequivocally the best weapon. There should be other options for certain circumstances, and I think changing the warhammer is a good start. Next up here is a suggestion by Paranormal97, and that is to make the auto chat feature only available at 150 total level. However, I would possibly consider maybe making that all chat. Maybe make it a little less restrictive, like 100 total, but make it so that you can't private message people or speak in all chat until you've at least played the game for a couple hours. This would hopefully prevent all the spam in the GE. Really, you just need to find the average amount of time it takes for a spam account to get muted or banned, and then make a requirement somewhere along there. All the spam in the Grand Exchange is really annoying. There is a Runelite plugin to attempt to remove it. I don't know, an interesting option though. Next up here, suggestion by Vincent3878, and that is a quality of life change for the smithing interface. He's proposing that it gets the make X and make all treatment, which honestly I'm really surprised that that didn't end up happening when they actually changed everything to the make X, make all a year or two ago. I'm not sure exactly why they left the smithing interface unchanged, but yeah, they should get around to doing that as well. A really popular suggestion this week on Reddit was posted by Kitten6660, and that is to add an NPC at the Karamja fishing dock, kind of similar to the Dark Wizard at the Draenor fishing spot. Just make it an aggressive, low combat NPC that would attack low level bots and maybe apply a poison. Maybe have a DDS that specs people out. I don't know, anything would really work. One really popular suggestion from this week was by Frequent Marketing, and that is to change the +1 button on the GE to +5, because right now we already have the plus and minus button on either side, which already gives it a +1 or -1, so the +1 button is pretty redundant. So actually changing that to +5 would probably be better. A pretty minor change, but yeah, no point having wasted space. Anyway guys, that is pretty much it for the weekly recap. I hope you enjoyed. Next week we should be getting a weekly Q&A along with hopefully a little more content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.